everyone and welcome back to the Palates channel. I'm AB and today's schedule is compact. We're about to check out the Vancouver cafe scene, but before all of that, we'll head to Café Club for a breakfast sandwich before we start the day. Just finished up at Café Club. The breakfast sandwich wasn't too bad. They had this honey hot sauce that actually tasted phenomenal. So now we're headed to the first cafe of the day.
Hey, I'm Annie. I'm the manager at Revolver Coffee. Here we just strive to make the best cup of coffee and serve people because everyone only gets one cup of coffee a day, so we want to make it the best. We rotate through like 90 different roasters. We don't roast our own beans. But yeah, we tend to keep one chocolatey, one fruity, so everyone has a different choice between what they want. We get our pastries from Oku, and we get some from to live for as well. Some of their main key points when designing this place were like industrial, firm, rustic. But yeah, just like a solid place where people can come and enjoy their cool coffees.
Rooftop espresso, they are a South and Central America blend. And then these two are the dark, they are a super rich in Brazil.
So I got the flight here. They showcase two of the beans that they sell. One of them is espresso based and the other one is macchiato based. Just finished up at Revolver Cafe. Phenomenal people, dope ambiance, and the coffee was delicious. So now we're headed to Nemesis Coffee, that's close by.
Hey, I'm Nathaniel Freed. I'm the director of coffee at Nemesis. And this is our OG original location, Gastown. Nemesis was founded with a vision of coffee creating culture. And so for us, it's really about using everything we do to create community, make an impact, create memorable experiences for the folks that visit us. So really that's first and foremost. We're really a hospitality company that does coffee, that does pastry, that does food. Everything we do is with intention and love and trying to create that cultural experience. So that's Nemesis. We are founded on a direct trade model, try to get boots on the ground everywhere we go. And so our roastery over at G&W is where you can find us roasting up the coffee we serve at all our locations. So yeah, come through.
I ended up going with the Africanus pour-over mix. It has notes of papaya, plum, brown sugar. It's
It's quite tasty and smooth. And the vibe here is pretty chill. There's a lot of plant aesthetics, and the pastries look phenomenal. I think I actually may end up trying the caramelized croissant with sea salt. I'll sit down, enjoy this, and then we'll head on to the next location. Super caramelized and delicious, and the sea salt adds some complexity to the caramel, which allows it to taste very crispy and fresh.
Just finished up at Nemesis Coffee. Now we're headed to Timber Train Café, but the ambiance was similar to Revolver, quite calm. A lot of people, but cozy nonetheless. And the pour over was delicious, smooth like I mentioned. So this next cafe is just around the corner.
I'm Michael, and this is Timber Train Gastown here in Vancouver, BC. We are a roastery. We've been around since 2014, so just over 10 years now. And we just focus on bringing in really high quality coffees from all over the world, roasting them to perfection, and serving them to you. Yeah, hope you enjoy.
So I went with their in-house Caliber blend, which has candied orange and a touch of milk chocolate as well. And I got it in a cappuccino. I think the chocolate notes shine the most on this one, and the cappuccino is well done. So another smash when it comes to the Vancouver cafe scene. The most noticeable thing about this cafe is without a doubt the aesthetic of the shop. As soon as you walk in, each booth has, a calm, collected feel to it, and a rustic interior to help accentuate that feel of the whole timber industry and whatnot. I really like the redwood accentuated door. It stands out with a lot of character. So as soon as you pass by the shop, you just see this red door, and when you look inside, it just extends on that whole theme. I'm super caffeinated. This is my 4th coffee drink today, and we're not even past 1 p.m. Probably have to go for at least a 10K run just to deplete all that energy. But no complaints. Each beans that I selected up to now has been delicious.
So we're headed to Prototype Cafe. It's a bit of a walk. I can put up with that. I can blow some steam because of all the caffeine I consumed today. So we'll head there, maybe do 2 more cafes for the day, and then conclude the episode. Today's rainy and cold, so we need to put up with that, but yeah.
Tastes a lot like a donut, very lemony. I love donuts, and this is like a waffle interpretation of it. Along with the Peruvian blend, that has guava candy, pecan pie, and fig notes. All their beans are blended in-house, roasted in-house.
Just finished that prototype. Took the rest of the coffee to go because I had too much caffeine today. In terms of the selection, I think she told me they had more than 20 beans in total that they roast in-house. And the Peruvian one that I went with was well balanced, but it wasn't the most welcoming atmosphere, I would say. They were reluctant to comment on camera, and that's understandable. Yeah, they were just hesitant to expand on what the ethos of the cafe was and why they chose the beans that they do. Anyways, I'm about to head to the hotel and do a small recap of all the places that we've been to today.
I made a small stop at Palette Cafe. I've had their coffee before, but I've never been to their roastery location. It's quite beautiful. Industrial feel to it, a lot of natural light. I don't think I'll have a coffee because I'm caffeinated to the max at the moment, but I wanted to show you just this location, which was one of the most aesthetic ones on the list. Okay fam, so we went to a whole bunch of places today, and I wanted to do a small recap. Now, if I was to tell you which one was my favorite, there's a lot of competition between each one of these cafes, but I think you can swap in between each one of them depending on your mood. If you wanted to like swap in between these cafes, one day you can do that one day you could do this one. That's totally doable. Now, if I was to choose which one to me stood out the most, each one of them had its own elements that made it special. As a collection, like as a whole, if I was to look at all the attributes of a cafe, I would choose maybe Revolver. And in terms of selection, I would choose Prototype, only because based on what you told me, I think it was 20 beans total that you could choose from. Aesthetically, each one of them had their own elements that made them special, but Revolver stood out to me in the sense of ambiance, the people, the setup, the coffee. So all those elements combined, Revolver was one of the best coffees within Vancouver, and that's why you'll see that it's one of the most recommended places usually. But beyond that, I would say Nemesis Coffee has excellent selection of pastries. I like the caramelized croissant with sea salt that I had. There was also a pistachio swirl that I wanted to try. Prototype had phenomenal donut-like waffles. That was also delicious. Those are the two only pastries that I had. I didn't want to abuse the pastries. I am way too caffeinated though, so I'm probably gonna go out for a run. It's been raining all day. But besides that, I appreciate that each one of the cafes, they had dedicated just a moment to tell me about the ethos of the shop, the bean selection, the ambiance. That was much appreciated. All of them commented except for Prototype, which is understandable, but they chose not to comment on camera. But all the other places, each one of them, the staff was very welcoming and they accommodated me. So for this episode, I know there's a lot of cafes all over Vancouver,
but I chose to be concentrated in Gastown mostly. On the second episode, if I do come back to Vancouver anytime soon, I'll expand beyond Gastown and show you some of the cafes that are included within Vancouver. I think Gastown is more of like an eclectic neighborhood, a very industrial complex feel to it, and the cafes accentuated that. Each one of them set an example or was an extension of the theme of the area, and each one of them did it in their own way. Yeah, so I want to do more of these coffee series, maybe like cafe hopping in between places, and showcase some of the best cafes within a whole bunch of cities. Next month I plan to do Dublin. I've been there a couple of times, and the cafe scene in Dublin is low-key. Like, not a lot of people would assume that Dublin would be one of the best places for coffee, same as Edinburgh, but there's tons of cafes there. Yeah, so that concludes the episode. I think I'm gonna go out for a run soon. I love running here in Vancouver. Guys, I know I always say this, but I would deeply appreciate if you can like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. New channel, all the love would be appreciated. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.